Welcome to Agal Classroom. Welcome to the world of physics. Today, we will explore Newton's third law of motion. Sir Isaac Newton, a renowned physicist and mathematician from England, who discovered the correlation between the force and motion in 1687. Today, his three laws of motion are instrumental in describing the movement of any object in the universe. Newton's third law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. In simpler terms, it means that when one object exerts a force on another object, the second object exerts an equal force in the opposite direction. Let us look at some very everyday example to understand this law better. A person jumping off a diving board. Action. When a person jumps off a diving board, they push down on the board with their legs. This push is the action in this scenario. The person's legs exert a force on the diving board in the downward direction. Reaction. According to Newton's third law, there is an equal and opposite reaction to this action. In this case, the diving board exerts an equal force in the opposite direction, which is upward on the person. A bird flying through the air. Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Can also be applied to explain how a bird flies through the air. Action. When a bird wants to move through the air, it flops its wings downward and backward. This flopping motion is the action in this scenario. As the bird flops its wing, it pushes air downward and backward. Reaction. According to the Newton's third law, there is an equal and opposite reaction to this action. In this case, the air exerts an equal and opposite force on the bird, which is upward and forward. This upward and forward force from the air allows the bird to stay aloft and move forward. A rocket launching into the sky. Newton's third law of motion. Every action there is an equal and opposite reaction is vividly demonstrated in the process of rocket launching into the sky. Here is an explanation of how this law applies to the rocket propulsion. Action. When a rocket launches into the sky, it expels high speed of exhaust gases backward through its engines. This expulsion of gases is the action in this scenario. The rocket's engine pushed the exhaust gases backward with great force. Reaction. According to the Newton's third law, there is an equal and opposite reaction to this action. In this case, the rocket experiences an equal and opposite force in the opposite direction, which is forward. This forward force propels the rocket upward and into the sky. A person walking. Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Can also be applied to explain how a person is able to walk. Action. When a person takes a step forward while walking, their foot exerts a force backward against the ground. This backward force is the action in this scenario. As the person pushes their foot backward against the ground, it propels them forward. Reaction. According to Newton's third law, there is an equal and opposite reaction to this action. In this case, the ground exerts an equal and opposite force forward, which allows the person to move forward. To sum up it, Newton's third law tells us that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, which is crucial in understanding how objects move in our world. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the laws of physics.